What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Today I'll be going through my favorite gold farms while leveling in Phase 2, and in this video my aim is to show you two different farms that are both farming the same material, and it's a farm that I really enjoyed doing in pretty much every single launch of Classic WoW there has been. I was doing this back in 2019, I've been doing it in Season of Mastery, and I've been doing it on various other servers as well, including even Hardcore for some reason. Don't even ask me why. But it's a really interesting farm. It's a fun farm to do, and it's really effective to do while you're leveling. It's meant to do like for the higher part of level 30. It's a type of farm I start doing around level 36 that I want to show you guys today. This is going to be episode number 5 in my gold making series that I'm doing before Phase 2 comes out, to show you guys different ways to make gold in Phase 2. That is basically helping you, showing you where to farm while leveling at max level, and even talking about professions and just straight up gold making advice for Phase 2 as well. The entire video series is going to be available in early access to anyone who has my gold making guide, which if you haven't got it already, the information about it is on the screen and the link to it will be down below in the video description and the pinned comment. In addition to that full guide, you also get this video series right here, available every single episode right now. By joining that Discord server you get access to by purchasing the guide, plus you get early access to most of my gold making videos. Like for example in Phase 1 we had 20 gold making videos in early access that you guys got 2, 3, 4 and 5 days early access to before they went public. So if you want to min-max and make the most gold you can in Phase 2, definitely consider checking that out through the link down below. It also directly supports me at the same time. With that being said, we have two farms to go through today, so let's just get right into it, shall we? Today we're farming for the material called Small Flame Sacks. It's an item you could have been farming in Phase 1, but it had really bad drop rate where we farmed it in Phase 1. The drop rates right now are way better in Phase 2 in the farms we have available, and we have two different farms that you can basically start off with doing one, then jump to the other one. As you can see, I am right here right now targeting a Scalding Whelp, and he's level 43. That being said, this is a farm you can start doing at level 36, but you have to do it in a different way. So at level 36 you can start doing this farm right here, like 36, 37, 38. It really depends on your class and how early you want to go there. You can even go there at probably 35. It just depends on your class, your gear, and a lot of other things. But over here you're mainly farming for the Small Flame Sacks, but you can also get something called Tiny Emerald Whelpling dropping from the Dreaming Whelp. It's also some more adolescent whelps over there as well, and they have a really good loot table. Additionally, they can be skinned for dragon scales, and I think it's medium and heavy leather over there in that case, so you can get some more gold by skinning them as well. In that location though, like in the specific one, it's only worth doing if you have the whole place to yourself. So this is a really good farm if you're doing it really early in Phase 1, or just doing it really late as well. It's a farm you want to go and check, and if it's available then it's good, but due to the respawn rates and how fast you kill them, it's only really good and worth doing if you're by yourself. That being said, you can be here from level 36 to 39, that's usually how I do this one, and at level 39 I transition over to Badlands, where the mobs are between level 41 and 44, so it really depends on your class once again, how early you do want to go here. Maybe it's a high level farm, maybe the level 40 farm, but I usually go here at around level 38, 39 and start farming. Over here you have two different circles, so two different farming locations. If you want to go between them, there's a bunch of elites in the middle, so be aware of those. Like in between these two circles there's a bunch of elites. Try to stay away from those as much as you can. They hit really hard. But in the two circles you have a bunch of whelps, and there's more than enough room for one person inside each circle. So in Badlands then you have two different places to farm this item. Once again, Small Flame Sacks, and you can also get Dark Whelpling. Now for a price point, the Small Flame Sacks have been selling for half a gold each so far, and they haven't been in demand in Phase 1 at all. Now the thing is, when Phase 2 comes out, suddenly the demand skyrockets, but the supply will also go up significantly. So when it comes to how much they will increase in price, I can't really tell you, but it's worth checking the auction house, looking at their price, and if it's an item you think you want to farm for, here you have 3 different locations. Once again, 2 of them being in Badlands, and 1 of them being in Swamp of Sorrows, to farm for these Small Flame Sacks. Now, as for why you want to farm small flame sacks, as you can see right here, I've pulled up the Wowhead page, and you can see what they are used for. In this case, there are two really interesting items to take note of here. It's used in Dragon Breath Chili. This one occasionally belch flame at enemies struck in melee for the next 10 minutes, proc chance about 5%, and a 10-second cooldown. This is highly speculated to be the best in slot melee food for raiding and any type of content in Phase 2 and onwards, which means that melee, like in Season of Discovery so far, has been a melee meta once again. Melee is dealing a lot of DPS, and if this is actually going to be the best food for melee, then the demand is going to be huge. You need one of them for every single one, which means the demand for this could absolutely skyrocket, and you also need them for fire protection potions. We don't know exactly how much those will be needed yet in Phase 2, but they could end up being used in Phase 2, definitely in Phase 3 and onwards, so they will always have a constant demand. In that case, they are made from alchemy for fire protection potions, and you need one small flame sack and a fire oil. In addition, you can also use them to make flame deflectors. Once again, not really sure how in demand that one will be, but the big demand item here is going to be Dragon Breath Chili, driving up the demand for this item like absolute crazy, which is why this farm could really be worth doing. Any farm where you're farming a material that is used in consumables that are used in the raids will always be highly effective and really lucrative. So for the farm itself, you just want to focus on killing these whelps, once again level 43 in this location, and you can get some really good loot while doing the farm. I will say, while you're killing the whelps, they usually have like really low armor values, because I think they're casters. I mean, they are casters, but I think technically counts them as a cloth user. So you can see here, I got something called ribbed wing webbing for 1.75 silver each. We're also getting thick leather, so if you have skinning, that is really valuable to have here. And if you want to farm in Badlands, I would recommend having mining, because you can, every so often, find some mining veins, both on the northern spot and the southern spot as well. So mining will definitely increase the gold per hour, and skinning will as well. Now, one of the main reasons why I personally like this farm is that it's usually not even connected to a quest, which means that these mobs will usually be available to you. There's only one quest that these guys, at least for the Alliance side, there's only one quest where these guys are involved, and that is for the Fiery Blaze Heart thing, where you have to obtain like the heart of a black dragon, or over one of these guys, which you usually do from the elites, but they can also drop from the whelps. So now that we're not playing hardcore or anything, I think most people doing that quest will opt to just group up and kill the elite for a much bigger drop chance, which means that these mobs will pretty much always be available, and the competition should be fairly low, which is, it's just a really chill farm, and usually in the past has had very little competition, and you can just run around, kill the mobs and gather the loot. And once again, skinning and mining going to drive up the gold per hour here. You can see there's a true silver deposit right next to me right now, so if you're just farming these mobs, then every now and then it will spawn some additional resources for you to gather. It's just two super chill farms. Once again, I'm just going to show you where they are one more time. So we have this one, these two right here in Badlands, which is where I am right now, and then we have this one in Swamp of Sorrows. If you are doing these, then I recommend doing the Swamp of Sorrows one around level 36, and around level 39 to 40, go over to Badlands. That's pretty much what I have for you today. Hopefully these farms helps you make some gold in Phase 2. If you try them out during Phase 2, let me know in the comments down below how much gold per hour you end up making. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Peace.